out of a championship belt around the waist of these two.
They look good on it.
Well, I'll tell you, a good thing the FCC rules and regulations prohibit me from saying what I really want to say about these three. Mo, Larry, and Curly, you've heard about the Three Stooges. Well, believe me, and Paulie Dangerously, I hope somebody takes that telephone and sticks where the sun don't shine, and that's about as much that I can say. No, I'm not trying to be funny. After what they did to Eric Frazier, after what happened in the match when they lost the belt,
he deserved it.
Oh, deserved nothing. It was a sickening, disgusting display, and I know, and no one will convince me otherwise, that it was a well-planned-out event. As you know, Mr. Rumble, Paulie Dangerously managed Dennis Condrey for 2.5 years. He managed Eddie Gilbert, Doug Gilbert's older brother. Don't tell me that it wasn't planned.
He's part of their extended family now. But also, let's not forget.
He's a thief.
What?
He's a thief. He stole the belt from these two, and right now,
you could be sued for something like that.
I don't care. Sue me. Stand in line. Fabulous Phil Apollo and Victor Steamboat right now working, and down atomic knee drops, and both the lethal weapons are on the carpet.
Double teaming again, Dow.
Oh, double teaming. I'll tell you, there are going to be no rules in this one. You want a match that has no rules, has no any rules whatsoever, you're going to see it. You've heard Fabulous Phil Apollo. You've heard Vic Steamboat. You heard earlier what Eric Frazier had to say. I'll tell you what, it isn't going to be wrestled by the rules. This is going to be an all-out war.
You know, Dow, I heard, sure, I heard what Phyllis said. I heard what Vicky said. I heard what Erica said. What's it, all my children all of a sudden? Why don't they just start fighting? That's what I want to see, some fighting going on.
Well, keep your eyes on the ring right now, because you're seeing all you can see is Victor Steamboat right now, an emotional, pumped up, charged Victor Steamboat. And right now, as you see Dennis Condrey again with his manager, Paulie Dangerously, they want a timeout. Come on.
Timeout? What's wrong with that, Dow?
And Paulie Dangerously, first of all, should be down on the floor where he belongs. And somebody should take that telephone away from him after the damage he did a couple of weeks ago to Fabulous Phil Apollo, who had a concussion from that hit.
Why should they take that phone?
Because it's a weapon, that's why.
What do you mean a weapon, Dow? It's a telephone.
Oh, can't you remember the big shot that he gave Fabulous Phil Apollo in the head that gave Phil Apollo a slight concussion? Don't tell me about it. Oh, yeah, your memory is very long.
Cut it out, cut it out. I have a great memory.
Right now, you see all four in the ring at the same time.
Whipped out of the ring.
Out on the side. And the hitman, Doug Gilbert, has got Fabulous Phil Apollo. And at least now...
Look at the double teaming, Dow. I don't hear you say anything now. What's this double team?
I wish they had another one. They could triple team these guys for all I care.
Yeah, that's real nice for our young viewers, Dow. Triple teaming and double teaming. You're a real example.
Watching the lethal weapons, they shouldn't even be in wrestling, let alone holding the championship belt. You heard me, Mr.
Dow, you're awful. You're awful.
They disgust me. After what I saw, there's
the word controversial this week?
I'm not even controversial. Controversial is when you try to disguise something. There's no disguising here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to take a commercial break. Don't go away.
Right now.
72698, the ICW. It's the hottest promotion of the 1990s.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, as you see Loverboy Dennis Condrey working on Fabulous Phil Apollo.
In the wrong part of town.
He's in the wrong corner, and right now he gets a smash to the head, and that'll bring hitman Doug Gilbert into the ring. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the ICW Tag Team Championship.
This is the main event. I've been waiting all over the place.
Look at the chokehold being applied by the hitman Doug Gilbert.
Beautifully done, I
And Fabulous Phil, you'd enjoy something like that.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
5 seconds to break the hole.
Look at Mighty Mouth over in the corner.
Hey, that's the manager of the year right there. Every year, Bob Dow.
Manager of the year, all right. You see hitman Doug Gilbert now applying the chokehold to Fabulous Phil Apollo.
Why is that a chokehold, Dow? Let's be objective.
Why is it a chokehold, Mr.
I want to
put your hands around somebody's Adam's apple
3 feet away. Why isn't he counting them out? If that's such a big blatant chokehold, Dow, why isn't he counting them out?
Because Paulie Dangerously and Eddie Gilbert have trained Doug Gilbert well. He disguises his choke. Now look
who's disguise you. He's getting a put. He's talking. You hear him? Yeah. He's talking to Eddie Gilbert. That's why he has a phone. He keeps in touch with everybody, everywhere, all over the world, Bob Dow.
I think that AT&T or Bob Bell or whoever else is involved to take that telephone away from him.
Some role model that Steamboat is.
Let your fingers do the walking.
Look at some of this stuff. Reevaluate your friends.
There's a flying body block. There's the count. 1, 2. Oh,
never happened.
I thought a little slow on the count, but here comes Steamboat working on Gilbert. There's the rake of the eye.
Beautifully done. Again, I said. Now, see, that's how you do stuff. You do it so you only have to do it once.
Well, I'll tell you, it'll take a lot more than a rake of the eyes to beat Victor Steamboat. These two want these titles back so bad. So bad. Do Phil Apollo and Victor Steamboat want these. Yeah, the Mongols. You'll
They are
find
mongrels. Well, they're not a team. One's S&S, the other one's Dynamic Duo. They're mongrels in my neighborhood now.
Right
Who
now-
would you be, by the way?
Well, I'm glad I don't live in your neighborhood, but that's a whole other story. Victor Steamboat right now being tossed over to the center of the ring by Loverboy Dennis Condrey.
Nice.
Big smash down on the top of the head.
Beautiful.
Another
Nice.
smash, and now he's just pounding him like a punching bag.
Beautiful.
And Victor Steamboat is getting some shots to the...
Crying.
Well,
What's he crying about?
because his partners take a pummeling in the middle of the ring.
What are you
That's
talking
why
about?
you wouldn't know anything about loyalty. You wouldn't know anything
That's
about
right,
that.
I wouldn't. Every man for himself down in my neighborhood.
And right now you see Hitman Doug Gilbert and Loverboy Dennis Condrey again doing the double team on Victor Steamboat. And again, a rake of the eyes by Condrey, who
And
knows
whose
every
fault is all
trick.
this? Apollo for taking the referee's attention away.
That would
He's
make...
no one to blame but Phil Apollo. I think Steamboat should go over there and slap
Here's
Apollo.
the cover. 1, 2.
Could be it.
Steamboat kicks out.
Phil by the skin of his teeth.
And again, Loverboy Dennis Condrey and the Hitman Doug Gilbert trying to hang on to those belts that they stole from these two gents 2 weeks
Right
ago.
now? Are you going to tell me that's a chokehold?
Yes, I'm going to tell you that's
Well,
a
why is
chokehold.
it Silverman counted?
I can't answer that question.
Of course you can't,
I'm
because
only
it ain't
3
a
feet away. I
chokehold.
can tell it's a chokehold. Victor Steamboat right now turning red, and now look at where his hands are,
What do
Mr.
you mean
Rumble.
turning red?
You don't
He's
think those
always
are
been
underneath by
red.
the Adam's apple? Where's that hand? A rake across the mouth and nose.
That's right. It's a smiley now. What do you think that's for?
Right now, there's the tag, and in comes
double-
the
double-
and out there comes the double DDT. This could be bad news.
It's
You
all
saw
over.
what they did there. There comes Apollo. Apollo comes in and bails
What's he
him out.
doing, Joe?
That double DT is how they put Eric Sprace in the hospital.
Hey, what's this?
And now he bails him over to the other
That's
corner to make the
illegal,
tag.
He
A
can't
great
do that.
move by
That's
Apollo.
illegal.
That's an experienced veteran move.
That's
as
an
he
illegal
bails Steamboat over to the
experienced
corner. And now Apollo is taking on the lethal weapons by himself. Here comes Steamboat in. He helping out as Gilbert hits the outside.
Now,
And
I don't know what you're getting all excited about. These guys are cheating again.
Lions
Look at
taking
the
the referee
referee.
down.
What's
Victor
this,
Steamboat
Sal?
outside with Doug Gilbert.
And you call these guys fair and square? He just
I
stopped
told
the
you no
referee.
fair. Here comes the cover from Apollo. Get over Silverman.
Oh, I
Come
can't.
on, 1,
It's
2,
his
3.
fault.
1.
What's
Come on, Silverman.
No,
1, 2. Come on, Silverman. One more.
Swimming?
No, that's it. It's all over.
No, it isn't, Sal. No, it isn't. Shut up,
Yes,
Sal.
it is.
Don't shut up. Stop the rumors. That ain't over. No way, Sal.
Here comes dangerously.
No, he knows it
Get out. It's
isn't. It's
over.
been done.
It's all over.
No, it isn't all over.
It's too late, Dangerously.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you see, the big news on the tournament coming here in the ICW, and as you just saw before that commercial break, now you see why it happened. Obviously, the Lethal Weapons were beaten by Victor Steamboat and Phil Apollo in that match. They were pinned, and because the ICW took the tape back, reviewed it, we now have the tournament situation that you just heard Mr. Savoldi talking about.
I smell a rat.
And as a matter of fact, one of those tournament matches has already taken place, Mr.
I
Rumble.
smell a rat. You know,
The
that's a hair-raising type thing, Dal. You had any hair, I'd say it raised your hair. How can they just take those belts from them like that?
You saw the videotape. You saw exactly what happened. The
You know,
Lethal-
don't you have to be notified?
You were notified, weren't you? There was a tournament. As a matter of fact, a tournament already in progress, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you up to date on it each and every week,
can't just
as
do
well as bringing along some of the tag team combinations that are going to be in this tournament. One of those matches, as I started to say, the Lethal Weapons against the Cheetah Kid and Leopard Mayor has already taken place. As a matter of fact, you saw it last week, but because of the importance of it, because it was a tournament match, we're going to give it to you again this week and let you see the first round of this
They're
elimination.
both out of it now.
Well, we'll see. Cheetah Kid, Leopard Mask, and against the
I
Lethal
don't
Weapons
believe it.
coming up right now. Let's take a look from 1 week ago.
Oh, boy.
This guy after walking around the thing here. So what? He runs Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Big deal. You ever see my picture in it? No. So what do I care about that geek for?
Who cares? Is Tony Rumble in a fight with a very fine editor,
Oh, yeah,
Phil?
fine editor. Why don't you stop trying to get on his good side so your picture gets...
He's a nice gentleman. That's
He's an
what
idiot.
matters.
Just because you both comb your hair the same way don't make me like a nice guy.
Oh, aren't we funny today?
How
Back
you
to
go-
the action in the ring right now. You see that is the Leopard Mask as he is ready to take on Loverboy Dennis Condrey. Again, this
Now, how
is...
can you tell that's the leopard mask?
I'm telling
They're
you,
dressed identical.
that is the Leopard Mask. Only because I do my homework, I study, and this championship
Okay,
team is a
so let
great
me get
team.
it straight. The leopard mask has a mask on, black trunks, and leopard things on his feet.
That's right.
All right, now the Cheetah Kid's got a leopard mask, black trunks, and leopard things on his legs.
But he has white shoes on as well.
Oh,
And,
you're a real genius when it comes down to it.
Hey, you know.
You see, I would have said the guy had hair on his chest, a leopard mask, okay?
Leopard Mask right now in some problems, no question about that, as he's in there against Loverboy Dennis Condrey, one half of the ICW Tag Team Champions of the World. And
Condrey.
And the original lethal weapon, Cal. Let's not forget that.
And right now, as you see, Leopard Mask just flying around the outside of the ring. And also on the outside of the ring, Dennis Condrey now takes a shot from Apollo.
Yeah, now that's a cheap shot.
As Dennis Condrey, now he's thrown back into the ring.
What's that all about,
By
Cal?
Cheetah Kid. Well, he got out on the wrong side of the ring. That's what happened to him.
But there is no wrong side of the ring, Cal.
And Leopard Mask right now, he's in a lot of problems. He is now moved. The big
Hey,
shot
what you think?
from
It's going to last a long time, Cal?
Another shot from
These guys are the champions of the world, and not because they just think they are.
Condrey in the ring right now with the Leopard Mask. Picks
Look at
him
this.
up.
Back
Back
break.
down and on the board.
Beautifully performed.
1, 2. Leopard Mask with a kick out.
No, he didn't kick out. He pulled him up.
Oh, I don't think that was a wise move. If
Here
that's
comes a
indeed
double
what he
underhook
did.
suplex now.
Ooh. Down and over, and
A
Leopard
double
Mask.
underhook suplex.
Heard what you said. Big kick to the stomach. And Leopard Mask in a lot of trouble. Now there's the tag over
Here
to
comes the hitman.
the hitman Doug Gilbert. He puts Leopard Mask in. Big elbow to the midsection. Of course, you can remember from a week ago, as you saw what happened to Doug Gilbert.
Paul-
He took
Paul
on Cheetah Kid
backstab.
by
I saw
himself. Yeah. He got pinned. That's what happened to him.
Oh, big backdrop now.
Leopard Mask on the carpet again.
Hey, he looks pretty good on the canvas, doesn't he?
Here comes the Cheetah Kid into the ring, or trying to get into the ring. Now the double teaming going on as Dennis Condrey with a big kick to the midsection. And Leopard Mask is in a lot of problems right now.
He was in a lot of problems as soon as he walked into the ICW.
We'll see about that. I'll tell you, this tag team combination of Cheetah Kid and Leopard Mask have some excellent moves. And you wait till the Cheetah Kid gets in there. Leopard Mask
Hey,
again
what's
trying to make
Frazier
the
and
tag.
Apollo talking about over there?
I have no
What's
idea.
that?
Eric Frazier comes on. Now, these guys are former partners. This is a dynamic duo, former title holders.
Hey,
And look at this, Apollo and Frazier are leaving.
good.
What is going
Well,
on?
he's trying to talk some sense into Apollo.
Apollo is leaving with Eric Frazier. This is
Hey,
unbelievable.
Frazier wants Apollo's his partner.
Apollo was also managing the Leopard Mask and Cheetah Kid, and now he has just left.
I told you. He's not a manager now. He was just hanging out with these guys.
What a surprise that is. And look at this gruesome hold that is being applied by Dennis Condrey.
It's called an
on the-
abominable stretch, not a gruesome hold. It's an abominable stretch.
Would an abominable stretch hold be gruesome and
Abominable.
painful?
You know, like your abdomen blood now?
That's abominable.
That's what I said.
Up and over goes Leopard Mask, and he's on the carpet again. Big shot down into the face. Another big shot down into the face. Another big
Three in a
shot.
row, baby.
And Doug Gilbert is inflicting some heavy pain on
I think I see
Leopard
some
Mask
blood
right
coming out from
now.
under that mask.
Leopard Mask up on his shoulder, slapped down, and again the Cheetah Kid
Oh, he's playing this.
standing in the corner. And boy, if Leopard Mask ever needed a tag, he needs one now. Ladies, there's the cover of you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you go away. We've got to take a break, but we'll be right back.
Yeah, don't go away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back in action. You see now as Loverboy Dennis Condrey is in the ring. Doug Gilbert comes in. He's not the legal man in the ring.
Now, see this hold that Dennis Condrey has, the Leopard Mask inboard down?
Yeah, I can
It might
see it.
not look like it's painful.
Looks like
but
it to me.
Yeah, but not to the extent that it really is. Every muscle in that left arm right now and shoulder is being stretched.
And right now, Leopard Mask trying to get the tag so very hard. And he can't get it done as he's trying to get over to Cheetah Kid and can't get it. But the big story maybe in this match as well is that Fabulous Phil Apollo, the manager of Cheetah Kid and Leopard Mask, has disappeared from ringside. He and Eric Frazier, who came down and talked to him, have left. They have left.
Well, what did you expect? They probably had business to take care of.
I don't understand it. That's a major surprise. Frazier's action, a major surprise from...
Beautiful teamwork there by the Lethal Weapon.
And a major surprise to see Apollo
They
go
made
back.
that tag. I heard it. I heard it.
Fabulous. Bill Apollo got it again in the background. Without a doubt, you can hear the
Paulie
mouth
saw
of
it.
Paulie
He
dangerously.
saw it.
Paulie dangerously can't see beads. And right now, again, in the ring, the Leopard Mask desperately looks for a tag. Right now, he's trying to fight and hold off Doug Gilbert, who's putting some heavy punishment on him in the center of the ring. And right now, the Leopard Mask, more than anything, needs a tag. He ducks under the arm swing, comes back there, and there's the tag, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes Cheetah Kid into the ring, a big smash. Here comes Condrey. He gets another wheel, and Condrey picks up. Condrey flicks down into the canvas. A flying drop kick, and Gilbert goes back. And now, another shot, and out goes Condrey, out almost over to dangerously. And right now, the leopard mask watches as
Outside
his
the
partner, Cheetah Kid, is doing a job on these lethal weapons.
Cheetah Kid's so slow, Star. Number 4.
And again, this is for the ICW Tag Team Championship, currently held by these lethal weapons. And in just a few minutes, the way this thing is going, there's a big
There's a dead press.
and boom, there's a kick from behind.
You know what a Thez press is, don't you? Made famous by the legendary Lou Thez, first world champion of professional wrestling, blocked out.
Now we got 2 in the ring and 2 outside the ring. Let's try to give you some order. We've got the Cheetah Kid inside the ring with Doug Gilbert. Here's the pin inside the ring. One. Oh, and dangerously with a telephone.
Beautifully.
Unbelievable as the Cheetah Kid had the pin on Doug Gilbert. And now look at this. 1, 2, 3. It's over. This is no way.